All right. Okay. So before we do anything else, I just saw in the chat, congratulations, Sharon Barrett, 25th anniversary yesterday. So very much congratulations to you for that. So let me say that first. Before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask that you be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by these very simple, easy rules, the awesome people lit up in blue with the wrenches will boot you out of here because we are not going to have it. We're going to have a good discussion. Okay. So tonight is the last night, guys. All right. This is the last book we're giving away. This is An Old Man and His Axe by Ron Foster. Once again, I just want to say uh, thank you very much, Ron, for giving out all these books so that we were able to do this giveaway. Very, very generous of him to do so. Whoever guesses the egg count right tonight will win this book by Ron Foster. So that's the book we're going to be giving away when we get to egg count time. All right. So, excuse me. But very, very generous of him to donate. He donated a bunch of books, and we've been giving them away. So tonight will be the last one, and then I have to get back to the post office and mail. I think there's six that I'm going to have to mail out altogether. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, there'll be six more that I got to mail out, besides the ones that I've already mailed out. So uh, that may not happen. I don't know. It might happen Friday. I'm not 100% sure yet. So that is what is going on there. So Ronnie came obviously down today. You guys probably saw it in the earlier video, and he is he got everything's lined up now. And then him and I put all the quickcrete and concrete into the post holes, and so hopefully that will set up very well. And then I will be having to backfill them with dirt the rest of the way. But some holes we put, there was a couple holes that we actually put 4 bags of the quickcrete in. Some bags only needed 2, and other bags needed 3. So we had, I think, about 20 bags altogether. So, but Randy Romance, so glad to see you being able to put in a well. So I got to tell you what's going on with the well, guys. All right. So we'll get into the topic here in just a minute. I promise you. But what are we at? 199 in the chat already, and we're at 71 on the thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for that. I do appreciate that. It really makes a huge, huge difference with the algorithms as well. The more interaction, the better it is for the channel. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so that all being said, the well guys back today were digging, and he planned on working pretty much through the night tonight. Not He's not going to be digging tomorrow, he said, but he'll be probably digging until the morning. And so what ended up happening was the thing broke off and it's stuck down in the well itself. And so they have to fish it out, is what they got to do. And so they were working on that. And what they have to go, so they got to drive to another place, get the right tools, and then drive back. And it's gonna really upset the apple cart. Yeah, it's metal. Yep, JJ, it's metal. So they have to get that squared away. They said it's the first time it's happened in like 3 years. So feel bad for them, but they'll get it. They'll get it done. They'll get it out, and then I don't know how they get it out, JJ. I have no idea. No idea. But they're getting the stuff that they've done it before, so they know what they need to do, and so they're going to get it out, and then they're going to start digging again. So he was hoping between he had come in earlier today, started this morning. He had been hoping to he was hoping to have it what was it down to about 100 feet. So that's what he was hoping. Easy out, yeah, right. And I don't think so. Um, but he was hoping to have it down to 100 feet by the morning, and that's not going to be the case now. I don't even know how far they got before it broke, so I'll have to ask them. They're going to be back tonight, and they're going to get it fixed, and then that way they're going to go from there. So, but yeah, it is. It is what it is. Things happen. Everything does not always go perfectly. You wish that it would. So I'm drinking water tonight because I had a green tea earlier, and I don't want to do back-to-back green teas. I like to actually try to flush the system out once in a while with water. It's amazing how that works. But all right. So, topic of the stream, with everything going on, what should we be doing, right? So let's talk about some of the stuff, just even from the last live stream that I did. Hey, Asif, how you doing? I saw Philip was in here earlier as well, and there's Mark. So, but what does my shirt say? I said I asked Odin for a Valkyrie, and on the bottom it says, and he sent me a daughter. So that's what it says, and that was sent to me by a subscriber. And anybody that knows me at all and knows this channel, I love Norse mythology. My dog is named Hela after the Norse goddess of the underworld. So, it just was a cool name. There was other goddesses that I could have named her after. I've already had a Freya. I've already had an Odin. I've already had a Thor. So I wanted to go with something different, like when I got Hela. And so I was looking at the different ones and what should I name her? And say, so, oh my God, the goddess of the underworld. Oh, that's so bad. It was just a cool name. So that's how she got named Hela. So, and she is an awesome dog. So that's that. But anyway, I love Norse mythology. I actually have Odin on my back, tattoo, obviously, and so yeah. So anybody that knows that, I like this. So that's why this shirt was sent. I've been given when I had my beard long. People had given me runes that I could put in for my beard, and I will probably grow the beard out again at some point. Possibly this next winter, I may do that, and so we'll see what happens with that. But that is Thor's my Grand German Shepherd. Yeah, they're awesome. Yep. Hela was wicked in Thor Ragnar. Yeah, oh, I know, but she's an awesome dog. So, but anyway, so what we got going on? So I can see you guys got me off topic already. See how you are? See what you do to me? That's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm just teasing. Look at what's going on, right? What's been going on since the last time we had a live stream? Russia has pulled out of the nuclear pact, if you will, basically saying that no, we're not going to blow each other up. They've now pulled out of that pact. Um, hey, Philip, thank you for becoming a beginner prepper. Appreciate that. And so they've done that. China's all kinds of pissed off. They said the United States is in no position to tell China what to do because we had said, that if they armed Russia, that we would be very unhappy about that. I mean, it's just, in my opinion. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I'll put it. I'll put it this way because I don't want to say my opinion because I've actually gotten a strike before for giving my opinion, and heaven forbid that I actually say something saying that I'm giving my opinion and then it be construed as misinformation, which is ridiculous. How can your opinion be misinformation? But we're not dealing with rational people when it comes to YouTube, so we have to be careful what we say. So I will put it this way. It appears, does that sound better? Oh, look at that. Philip just gifted 5 other people memberships. Thank you very much, Philip. That's very, very kind of you to gift other people memberships. Very nice of you. Thank you. It appears to, if you look at it, like they're spoiling for a fight. That's what it looks like. It is insanity with the behavior of the people that are our so-called leaders, and not just in the United States, China, Russia, the UK, Canada, wherever, and any country, pick a country. The behavior of our so-called leaders is deplorable, and it almost seems like they're spoiling for a fight. And I'm not saying that they are spoiling for a fight. It just appears that that may be the case. I guess something going on. Sliver. Um, it appears that way. Okay. Not saying that it is, not saying that it isn't, but with what is going on, it is kind of frightening. And because it's just inching us closer and closer and closer before something ends up jumping off. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had a sliver and that was driving me crazy. So I wanted to get it out of there. And so, a little OCD. I get it. I understand. But that's just kind of how it rolls. All right. So, with all this stuff that's going on, with them beating the war drums, the threats here, the threats there. You have North Korea trying to get into the mix and make their noise, and you have Iran making their noise. Their country's in turmoil, and of course they're blaming the United States. That with their what they've done to their own people. And they're going to blame us. It's our fault because we're the ones that are according to them, that are instigating it. Well, from what I saw, they beat a young woman to death. The morality police. If I never heard of such a thing, to be honest with you. And so the people had enough, and they've thousands of people have died with the protests because they're trying to squash these protests because they like control. Imagine that, a government that wants to control the people. Hard to understand that. I don't understand that at all. Why any country would want to completely dominate and control their people, right? But it's a terrible situation, and could we be involved in that? Would it shock me? It would not shock me. It would not shock me at all. But it's average Joe citizens over in Iran right now that are dying because of they're upset about this situation, and it just that's what happens. Everything goes along and goes along and goes along so long, and then at some point people go, "I've had enough." And when they get to that point where they say, "I've had enough," that's when the real problems end up starting. And so that's you know it's a drill stem with a on it to lower it down and tap the broken drill. Oh, and pull it out. Oh, that's what they're okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know nothing about drilling at all as far as that goes. And he was explaining to me what they were doing and stuff like that. But yeah. All right, what do we got? 347 in the chat, guys. We're at 142 thumbs up. Once again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much ahead of time. I do appreciate that. Makes a huge difference with the algorithms as well. So I thank you for that as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. JJ says the U.S. Air Force intel on the 1,000 balloons the Chinese have in the hopper is disturbing. Yeah, you had talked about that. JJ and I had a discussion about that they're possibly could be releasing China like 1,000 balloons. And my problem with that would be, well, what would be in the payloads? You shoot it down. What are you bringing down? And so that's I don't know. Like I said, the whole situation is not a good situation. You got the Middle East has been in upheaval forever, right? That's never not going to change. You have China beating the war drums. We're beating the war drums. I mean, let's be 100% honest. The USA, we're beating the war drums. You have Russia, the situation with Ukraine and everything else is going on. You just don't know. Oh, I gotta kill that volume, guys. I apologize. I forgot I had not done so yet. All right. Okay. So anyway, oh, that was me. Yeah, Mark. Thanks, Mark. You're fine. Don't worry about that. I just didn't have the volume killed yet, so I do. So we won't get any notifications for Mark talking in the group chat. But yeah, it's just there's a lot going on. We need to be aware of what's happening, pay attention to it because again, when that other shoe does drop, it's going to drop hard, and we're not going to be ready for it. None of us are going to be ready for it. Yeah, what a way to deplete our ammunition stockpile. Well, yeah, exactly. Especially when you're looking at what, $400,000 a missile, Okie Forge. Yeah, when you're looking at $4,000 or $400,000 a missile, you can waste a whole lot of money on missiles really, really quickly. Yeah. So, but um, what do we got here? I'm just looking at what you guys are writing. Keep prepping, folks. Bottom line, keep prepping, keep getting ready. The unknown can be very, very scary, but the more prepared you are for that situation. I did not get this thing out of here yet. Hold on. I got to break out with a knife. But the more that you can be, I think I might have it this time. Yep. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. I'll have to wash that. We don't put that back. I mean, nobody uses it but me, but that's okay. Uh, I prefer single edge razors for splinter removal. I just grab whatever works, you know. Um, yeah, Sharon, I mentioned your anniversary very first thing. If you go back and look, it's the first thing I mentioned when I got on. So the East Palestine McDonald's were hoping that Trump would come by. Yeah, that situation over there. I'm not going to get into big details of my opinion of it. It is not a good situation. People are, you know, understandably upset, and they should be. And oh, he did stop by there. Okay, yeah, I know. It was funny. What I thought was funny that with the whole situation happening, and they had the railroad was going to take care of it, and then all of a sudden you had Trump said, "Well, I'm going there," and then all of a sudden, boy, they jumped on board, and oh, well, we're going to get on this, and we're going to help people out, and all those type of things. Yeah, I like sewing needles for splinters. Yeah, that's what I normally use, but I didn't have it available right off. I have needles all over the place. Sewing kits. I have a big box for sewing stuff. So yeah, using a needle is the best way to do it. Sewing needle is definitely the best way to do it. But well, here in Belgium, there are people talking about reopening and preparing the WW2 German and Belgian bunkers. I can completely understand that it's me, and I don't blame you guys at all. They should. It is better to be proactive. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, and that's a big thing. When it comes to prepping, and so people really need to, you pay attention. You pay attention to what's going on, and then you do the best that you possibly can. There are railroad cars in California near cattle ranches. No one knows what's in the tankers. Ah, okay. Yeah, there's like I said, there's a lot going on. There's been let's put it like this. There's been a lot of accidents lately. Okay. Now, are they accidents? Are they sabotage? I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying that they're not. I just find it puzzling that all of a sudden we are having a lot of incidents, which that is absolutely the truth, happening. And so, are there people doing things to cause these things? Again, I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they're not. But I find it very, very interesting that these different things are going on. And, there is not a lot of chatter about it, realistically, other than in the prepping community. And the thing is, and as soon as you say something, then they're saying, oh, well, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a gloom and doomer, or whatever the case may be. And that's why I try to take a kind of a different approach, because, it's just, it's something that needs to be watched. We need to see what's going on and if there's a pattern. When you have, yeah, kind of ramped up after the Chinese balloon got shot down. Yeah, exactly, Dale in Ohio. That is a very, very good point, you know. But again, so who's behind it? Who's not behind it? Who knows? Could it be our own people? It could be. Could it be foreign actors coming in here trying to cause problem, trying to cause as much chaos as they possibly could? Could be, but we don't know. The reality is, us Joe average citizen can sit here and speculate till the cows come home, but we're never going to get the straight answer. That's never, we're given what they want us to hear. That's what we're given. So when you see the news, excuse me, when you see the news and the different things that are put out there, realize this: that is the accepted narrative that is being given to you. Is that the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Not saying it is, not saying it isn't, but I find it interesting. But we, like I said, what can we do? What can we do? All we can do, folks, is control what we directly can control. Um, with the well going in, okay, that has been discussed, here in the group, and the importance of getting this well put in here. All right. And so, we're making it happen. It's not, you know, it's something that's very, very important to have. And so, that's why we're having it done. And so we will have, rain catchment's great, having the creeks is great. But if you get into a drought and you haven't got enough water stored, and that's why, and I will tell you guys this too, even with getting the well put in here, all right, we will still, every building that you see on the homestead will have rain catchment systems with it, because the more water that we can store, it can be used for livestock, it can be used for the gardens, when we get the greenhouses in, fruit trees, whatever it may be, we will have that water to use for those purposes. It can also be used for showering. So, if you have, like, the one right behind the battery room here, that's a 275-gallon tote full of water. All right. That's a good, decent amount of water. Now, if we had months of drought, well, then it's going to be gone. Right. But again, if I have 10 275-gallon totes, you know, yeah, rain catchment, less power using the well pump. Absolutely, ADK man, and that's the other thing with it as well. You want to, utilize what you have available to you, and the rain is free. It comes down. It's going to continue to come down no matter what. If you have a rain catchment set up on your building or not set up on your building, so why not take advantage of what Mother Nature provides? And to me, it's just a smart thing to do. And yeah, and you can never have enough water. Exactly, exactly. So really important to think big picture. And so, that's what we're doing. And, having the well is awesome. What I would like to do with the well is, get to a point where we can get a couple of really good sized water tanks. And when I say good sized water tanks, 1,000 gallons or better, and, be able to either bury them, have them underground, I mean, or whatever the case may be, and slowly fill them up. I wouldn't want to do it all at once. Yeah, rain catchment at a higher altitude, even better. Exactly, exactly. So I mean, if I had to put a pump in the creek, while the creeks are running and fill up, but usually if the creeks are running like that, we got plenty of water. What's the projected depth for the drillers? Well, okay, because of where we're at and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to say, hey, Hunter guy, um, what do you do if BRICS nation create a gold backed petrodollar? Saudi Arabia is finalizing their membership. I think the US dollar will plummet. 15 cities and the government way to keep control after a collapse. Well, yeah, if they end up doing a gold backed petrol dollar, yeah, the dollar would collapse. I absolutely could see that happening, Hunter guy, because realistically, what is the dollar backed by? Nothing. Well, actually it is backed by something, the U.S. military. That's what it's backed by. And so, you know, um, but anyway, go. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you very much for the statement as well. But going back to the well, across the valley, my one neighbor, they hit water at 140 feet, and the other one also hit water at 140 feet, but they ended up it not being a very strong flow of water. So they ended up punching down and going all the way down to 350 feet, I think is what he said he went down to hit an aquifer. So I'm hoping, my hope is, and I'm kind of like trying to put it out there, is that we hit water by 150 feet. If we can do that, then we'll be in pretty good shape. And so that's kind of what I'm hoping, that we can get it either 150 feet or less. you know, because so somebody was asking me, and I'll tell you guys, because what's the difference? I mean, you could look it up yourself realistically. With the way the drillers work, to come in, set up, the first 50 feet is 3,500 bucks. Okay. After that, you're paying $50 a foot. So do the math. You go down to 300 feet, that's 10 grand. So, how much is the pump cost? That I don't know yet, Mac. We're going to see how far we have to go down first. We're going to have to see how deep the well is. Um, you know, but we are we are on a budget. Obviously, that there's not unending cash flow, but hopefully, we can get to a point where we're going to hit water reasonable depth, and I'm hoping that that's the case. So we'll see what happens, but we're going to get it done. But 400 feet or more is $21,000. Yeah, it's not cheap. It is not cheap. So, yeah, they already hit bedrock and they're digging through bedrock. Yeah, Ronnie's on here saying that because he was talking with them today as well. And so, it's going to be what it's going to be. That's the reality. So, we're going to have to, you know, figure out what happens. Here's something I can. So, I bought raw land. Anybody that watches this channel knows that this homestead here in West Virginia, completely raw land, nothing on this property. Okay, so everything costs money. From the road, putting the road in so that we can get in here reasonably without sinking up in the mud. No, water is not guaranteed anywhere, Hunter guy. Water is not guaranteed anywhere. So we might, I'm hoping that we can hit water. We should. It's a very good area where we're at. So the chances that we're going to hit water are really good. Now, somebody asked me, how did we pick the spot? So I'm going to go over, yes. And Randy Romine said the dowser selected the spot for the drill site. So I had a local up here that is a dowser. He came in, walked around, and I was watching him. And when he got to that spot, it was strong. And then I asked him if I could try it. Okay. And he said, sure. So I tried it and I walked over. I had the sticks in my hands and they crossed. Okay. Actually, it was the metal rods and they did cross. All right. But not like when he did it. So he's been doing it for a long time. He's really in tuned and he's helped a lot of people get wells. And so manual pump was 3,000 a few years back. Yeah, you're probably looking for a well pump. You're probably looking at about 3,500 bucks for that part of it. So I mean, like I said, we're gonna see where we're at and go from there. But so this neighbor that did the dowsing for me, it's an older gentleman. He's like 82 years old and he's been doing this for a long time. And so when he did that, I asked him, I said, well, what do I owe you? He said, you don't owe me anything. He goes, I like to try to help people out. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, it's some scam artist, looking to make a quick buck. No, this guy did it for absolutely free, came on his own time, said, I can be there XYZ day and I can do this for you. And I'm going to tell you what, people want to talk a bunch of crap realistically about the people in West Virginia. And I've heard it all. I've heard it all. Okay. The people down here are genuine. What you see is what you get. There's no phoniness with these folks, and I like that. If you come down here acting like a jerkweed, they're gonna they have nothing to do with you, and you're on your own. So if you are a decent person and they like you, they will bend over backwards to help you. And and I believe one hand washes the other. I've told my neighbors, you need help with whatever, you let me know, and we'll go from there. And so that's kind of, it's you treat people like you want to be treated. You don't look down on somebody. And there was some comments with the well diggers, okay? And do they have a heavy accent? Yep, they sure do. But guess what? This is where they live, folks, okay? And some people were not decent, I guess, in the comments about the accent. Yeah, one person said they couldn't understand him, and I get that. I understood exactly what he said, but some people, because their accent is heavy, they might not understand, and that's not being critical. But there was a couple of comments that I thought were, in my opinion, were inappropriate. Because just because somebody has an accent doesn't mean that they're ignorant. So that's but yeah, it's yeah, RJ Maverick says haters. Well, you're always going to have that. You're always going to have that. And, people are people. Like I said, even in New York, where I lived in the Rochester area, this is the accent, right? If you go down to New York City, and if you go into different boroughs of New York City, the accent is different. So, New York State is such a huge state, and in different parts, they talk different ways, and that's just the way it is. But there are always trolls out there. Oh, always, ADK man, always. And 90% of it realistically is nothing but jealousy. They're jealous, you know. But the thing, my thing is this: if you're willing to put the work in, if you're willing to put the effort in, if you're willing to sacrifice in the short term for the long term goal, you can accomplish anything. And I have proven that through the years. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying, um, for me, it's well, like my buddy Steve says, he goes, "You're mule headed." He goes, "Once you dig your heels in, there is no turning you back from whatever course of action that you're on," and that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm a stubborn. I will dig in. I have a no quit attitude. It may suck for a while, but guess what? If you keep working at things, it gets better all the time. It's just like the road. The road was in atrocious shape. Atrocious shape. It's better now. Does it still need work? Yup, a lot. But it's getting better every day that we can work on it and get things done and make progress on that. It does nothing but get better. So, this is not going to be something. If you are an instant gratification, let me just put it this way: if you are an instant gratification person, living off grid and prepping is probably not for you unless you have unlimited funds and you're able to just throw money at stuff. Living off grid and prepping is probably not for you because you're going to have setbacks. Things are not going to go perfectly all the time. It's going to be, it's going to be tough and it's not going to be a whole lot of fun at times. But if you are looking for if you are looking for something that's very, and you're willing, like I said again, if you're willing to sacrifice in the term for the long term goal, you know, you can go a whole lot better. D Dunn said, very smart people have come from the South and they speak slowly. Yeah, they probably don't like it. I'm like, bing, bing, bing. You know, it probably drives them crazy, but that's okay. But, uh, but yeah, anything worthwhile, it takes hard work, really does. And so, you know, my accent really comes out when I hang around relatives. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Well, then you get some people, they'll talk one way to one group of people and talk a different way to another group of people. So, you know, depending on who they're around. So I've seen that happen too. Well, we've seen the politicians do it. You know, you've seen the politicians do it. You had Harris did that. She was talking to a black crowd, right? And so she started putting on that type of speech that she thought would cater to that type of crowd. And that just shows her ignorance because why would you, to me, it's like you're insulting people. You're insulting people by doing that. So that's just uh, that's just the way it is. You know, that's just the way it is. Hillary did it too. Okay. Yep. Yeah. It's just I don't get that. I don't get that. So, but anyway, you know, with all the craziness out there, with all the insanity and these people that are in charge and looking like, you know, they're like one up, one up, one up. Yeah, AOC did it too. Yep, I remember that, Rusty. Yep, I remember that. Yep. And to me, that's probably worse than anything else. That's worse than calling somebody a derogatory name because you're thinking that they're so ignorant that they won't realize that you're speaking down to them. Yeah, AOC is lost. I can't disagree with you on that one. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. But but yeah, it's you know, be who you are. You know, I'm not going to be, yeah, phony people everywhere. Exactly. Yeah. Be who you are. You know, that's how it should be. Be genuine, be truthful to yourself and to other people, and I think you're going to go a lot farther in life. Yeah, you insult people by mimicking and mocking them. Yep, absolutely you do. Add West Virginia equals John Denver. Hey, John Denver had some good songs, man. It was a good concert. I saw John Denver in concert, guys, obviously many years ago because he's been gone a long time now. But one of the best concerts, if not the best concert I was ever at, was the John Denver concert, and it was a fluke that I went. Um, I probably talked about this before, but my cousin was had a date for that concert and she backed out on him at the last minute. So he calls me up and he says, Ed, I got tickets to this concert. And he said, you know, I don't want to go alone. Would you go with me? And I'm like, well, who is it? And he said, John Denver. And I'm like, oh, man, no, I don't want to go see John Denver. He's like, please, please. I'm like, okay, I'll go with you. So I went with him and I had an absolutely fantastic time. Uh, John Denver was awesome. It was in Rochester. Back then, it was still called the Rochester War Memorial. They ended up changing it to the Blue Cross Arena, if you're from that area, right? And so what ended up happening was the stage was up front. He wasn't even on the stage. He had a small stage in the center of the floor that slowly rotated in a circle as he was playing. People all on the floor literally could have got up and touched him if they wanted to. And there was like no security, nobody, you know, there was like nobody there going, you know, oh, stay back, stay back. And people were just really, really respectful. And it was an amazing concert and it was really cool. You know, we weren't down on the floor, but we were like in the first row. And it was a great time. And I'm always really happy that I was able to go see him. And, you know, obviously now he's gone, But very, very good, very, very good concert. Him and his guitar. That's it. That's it. No other people there singing. No backup musicians. Nothing. Just him and his guitar. So, but yeah, I will never forget that. Yeah, I like John Denver. He only been to West Virginia once. State Fair in 1985. Oh, okay. Yep. So anyhow, but again, be prepared, guys. I don't know what these lunatics have in mind. I really, truly don't. It is frightening, to be honest with you, when you think about it, that, things could go nuclear. I'm not saying that they will. I hope they don't. It would not be a good day for any country because if they go at us or we go at them, nobody wins. Nobody wins. And millions, if not more, people would die because of that. And it's just, that is not a good thing. So, if we can have cooler heads prevail and we can avert any kind of thing like that, the more time we have to prepare, the better off we're going to be. And that's the reality. So the more that we're ready, the better off we're going to be. So he had a girl sing with him doing Fly Away. Okay. Well, I don't think he did Fly Away when he came to Rochester. So, like I said, it was just him. It was just him. But stated goal of World Economic Forum is depopulation. Well, here's the other thing too. I don't know if you guys saw this, and I don't know the validity of this, so I'm not saying that this is a fact. This is information that has been put out there, okay? And they're saying that Biden is in works for a treaty to give the World Health Organization carte blanche, if you will, to make decisions of what happens in the United States in the um, if there's another pandemic. And I don't believe that we need to be letting any governing body of anything decide what we in the United States or any other country should or should not do. And so that is to me, if that is a true statement and that's exactly what they're doing, um, pandemic treaty is true, Ed. That's a fact. Trudeau said so today. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm hoping that. Well, like I said, just because they sign a treaty, well, I'll put it like this: just because they sign a treaty, don't mean I have to abide by it. Let's put it like that. But I just I find it amazing that they're going this route and letting somebody else have the reins, if you will, in that type of situation. He doesn't have the authority to make a treaty that way. He has to go through Congress. Oh, okay. All right. How deep do we go in the ground to survive a nuclear attack? It would depend, Brad, on where the attack was. Um, it would really depend on where the attack was. If you okay, so obviously East Coast, big target, right? Norfolk, Virginia, Washington D.C., New York City would be three primary targets that would be targeted. Probably Fort Bragg in North Carolina, Pope Air Force Base, which is attached to Bragg, uh, you know, Camp Lejeune, down in South Carolina. So, those type of places, may be high target areas. The reality is, with the prevailing winds, most, if whatever went up into the upper atmosphere would get pushed out to sea because of the prevailing winds. You would still have radiation that you would be dealing with. Again, depending on how far away, the it hit, and so you know, 5 or 6 main states considered a nuclear sponge. Raven, okay, yeah. So would I go to ground for a while? I absolutely would. You don't know how bad it was going to be. It's better. I mean, even if you had to go into your basement and spend weeks in your basement, it's better than putting yourself out there to be exposed to radiation and stuff like that. World War III will all be about look. Uh, Southern Prepper One is even coming to grips with that realization. Yeah, well, yeah, kind of sad, realistically. But again, if you have prepared accordingly, and uh, the bunker, if you will, that we're working on, we would do what we had to do. I mean, if something went down and everybody was down here, a lot of it would be all hands on deck digging underground, trying to get as much done as we possibly could for safety reasons. Again, it's there's no telling how bad. Now, here's one advice I will give you. Okay, people like my age, right? People push in their 50s and in their 60s or older, you would want to be the ones that were going outside and exposing yourself for whatever reasons, to get water, to get food, whatever the case may be. Let the younger people stay underground so that they're protected. And why would that be? Depending on how bad the radiation would be, you would be looking at 20 years before it would really truly affect you in a negative way. Okay. I mean, if you're near ground zero, forget about it. You're going to be in bad shape. But if you are farther away from it, by the time 20 years came, and like that, most of us are going to be gone anyway. That's the reality. So you want to protect the younger people. You don't want them at 20 years old. By the time they're 40, they're all dying off. So you don't want to have that type of thing happening. So the older generation would be the one that would need to sacrifice themselves so the younger generation can survive. Hopefully, yeah, you want the younger ones to be able to breed. Exactly, Raven. You want them to continue to make more people. And, hopefully, before something happened to you, whatever knowledge that you have that you can pass down to that younger generation, that you're going to have time to do that, because they're going to need that knowledge. They're going to need that. Ed, opinion on the Ohio situation. I think it's a terrible situation. I think that we're not being given all the information, but are we ever? Right? I don't know. Like I said, I that situation is bad. I wouldn't want to be there. Oh, we're okay. Egg count. Sorry. Yes, JJ. Thank you. I wouldn't want to be there and have to deal with that, what those poor people are going through, because how do you fully trust what's being told to you? That's the problem that I have with that. But it's a terrible situation. I hope that people can come through it okay. That's kind of where I'm at with that one. All right. So don't go giving any guesses yet, please. We are giving away today. Last book we're giving away, An Old Man and His Axe by Ron Foster. And yes, on the cover, that is Ron Foster. Okay. Uh, so this is what we're giving away today. If you get the right guess, and you win, you need to shoot me an email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. All right. I'm going to try to get these other books out as soon as I possibly can. And yeah, the sun's out, the guns are out, right? Right, JJ? So, thank you again to Ron Foster for so very generously donating these books for this giveaway that we've been doing for a couple of weeks now. Very, very nice of him. Okay, so starting, so you guys, I'm gonna wait because you guys are putting guesses up there already, and none of them are counting. None of those guesses are counting. When I say, that's when we start. So, not yet. Keep going. Keep guessing, because it does. None of them are counting, guys. None of them are counting. I'll wait. I'll be patient. I have, I have all day. So stop guessing, because I didn't say go yet. So um, all those guesses are not counting. All right. Now, how many eggs today? And yes or no for thick neck. Now do your guesses, guys. So I'll give you a moment to get your guesses up there, and we will go from there. Give you a moment. So again, the winner today is going to be getting this book by Ron Foster. All right. And that is the last book that we are giving away. And so there we go. All right. If you had the same guess as tonight's winner, And last winner of a book, Tina West. Tina West with 5 eggs and no thick neck today. Thick neck actually had laid 4 of the last 5 days. So she has been on it. She has been on it. So congratulations to Tina West. So Tina, make sure you shoot me that email, and I will get that information, or I'll get the book out to you as soon as I can. So when you send the email, Tina West, make sure you put in the email the title of the book, okay? An Old Man and His Axe. It's just because I may not be getting to this until first part of next week to get these books out, and I will never remember who won. Okay, so there we go. So, all right, Tina, cool. All right, awesome. So anyway, guys, that's that. So once again, big huge shout out to Ron Foster for donating all these books for the giveaways. Very very generous of him to do so. JJ will throw his link up there one more time for anybody if you're interested. You can get his books. They're on Amazon. I know that, and you can, from his website. He's got a website too. So JJ will give you all that information. So, and there's that right there. All right. Unless you take the animals underground with you, they cannot be protected. You're right. Absolutely. There is that underground, basically, city over in the Middle East that they found. And I can't remember what country it was, but it was large enough underground dwellings that could house 10,000 people. 10,000 people. Technic sees global warming and gets excited to lay eggs. Oh my God, that's too funny, Asif. That's very funny. Thank you for that statement. Thank you very much for the donation as well. So, but yeah. Anyway, so uh, what was I saying? See, Asif got me all screwed up. Lost my train of thought. But I cannot even think of what was I saying, guys. I was saying something. It's completely gone. Oh, Underground City. Thank you, JJ. I mean, literally, there was nothing. It was not there. Okay. So in that underground city that they found, 10,000 people could have survived underground. There was pens made for animals under there as well. So that is how elaborate that was. Water storage. They had, you know, all that type of stuff. It was amazing when they showed this. Yeah, near Gobekli Temple. Yes. Yep. Randy reminds. Yep. It's what I think Turkey, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Yeah, it was 100 feet plus underground. Yeah, it was huge, huge. So, I mean, those are things that what were they underground for? You know what I mean? Why did this so many people do that, and what was the reasoning for it? So those are things that you should probably pay attention to. What do we got? 415 in the chat, guys. We got 261 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, again, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Also, again, it makes a huge difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I do appreciate it for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. I will be right back again. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I actually had a hangnail, and hangnails drive me insane. And I'll pick at them, and then what I'll end up doing is I'll pull it down, and I end up losing a whole bunch of skin. So it's better when it happens that I just get the clippers out and clip it off, and then it's gone. Again, a little bit OCD. I get it. I get it. So there's certain things that you know that I have to do. Hey, Laura, welcome, welcome from Tucson, Arizona. Glad to have you in the house tonight. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, and then it'll bleed and it hurts. Exactly. So, Ed, can you remind me what days you go live? I do it every Wednesday, Trevor, every Friday, and every Sunday. I do those regular streams then. On Mondays, I do another stream for hardcore preppers only for the membership. So I do that on Monday, and we have a small group of people that are hardcore members. If you're interested in being part of that, it's a very much more personal chat. They get a lot of other information that you don't get on a regular channel. So they get a lot of insider stuff. And I've had people that have been, when I started doing the hardcore prepping stuff in the memberships, that they've been there since the very beginning. So a major 6.8 earthquake just occurred in Tajikistan. Wow. Okay. That's another big one. That's not good, but let's see. At how long does Fallout last, and can we survive it? We can survive it, Brad. Again, you don't want to be near ground zero. That is for sure. Those areas will be contaminated for a very, very long time. You're going to want to stay away from those areas. Let's put it like this: in our lifetime, in your children's lifetime, probably not a good idea to go there. That being said, you look at the atomic bomb that we dropped on Nagasaki and in Tokyo, right? Those cities have been rebuilt. But what we have now is much more powerful, and so those are but they rebuilt those ones already. Um, but yeah, it's as more time goes by, the particles are going to settle down. Yeah, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Exactly. Yep, yep. Thank you. But they've rebuilt both of those. Yeah, I know Hiroshima's not Tokyo. I made a mistake. Sue me. Sorry, Viking Prepper. I am not perfect. Close. Very, very close. Remember that. No, not close. But anyway, uh, that was unnecessary. Hey, I'm close to perfect. Come on, Vlad. Yeah, just look at Chernobyl. Yeah, they still don't want people going over to Chernobyl. No. And some people do sneak in there still. So geography's not as strong. I, okay, Viking Prepper, no, you're fine. I wasn't teasing you on that. I wasn't teasing you on that. No, you were right. Um, I can't get the year right half the time. Okay, I can't get the year right half the time. You're counting on me to remember everything, so that's probably not a good idea. Hunter guy said they're saying it's more of around a 7.3 magnitude. We've had some pretty strong earthquakes happening. Pretty strong earthquakes. Yeah, it really depends on how far away from the fallout you are, in the winds, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's yeah. Don't put me up on a ladder, right? Exactly. With a metal roof, I have the scars to prove it. Actually, that healed up really good. You can't. It just looks part like a fold in my skin now. But if you look closely, you see it goes up and then it comes down. So and you can see where it starts there. So yeah, that one didn't. That one hurt a little bit. That one hurt a little bit. But yeah, you'd want to stay. If it was me, if there was a nuclear attack, I to be on the safe side, I would say stay underground for at least 6 weeks. At least 6 weeks, if you can. If you can, it would depend on your food supply, what you had, and those type of things. So I would try to, and if you can last longer than 6 weeks, I would stay underground. The longer you wait to come out and get back into, you know, the atmosphere, if you will, and stuff like that, the better your chances of longer term survival are going to be. So that's where that's at. But yeah, I sure hope that we don't have a nuclear exchange. It would be a horrible, horrible situation. So many people would die needlessly, and for what? And at the end of the day, nobody would win anyway. Nobody would win anyway. I'm not sure if I would want to survive a major nuclear attack. And I have seen ADK man. I have seen a lot of people say that. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. And this is my opinion. Okay, this one I'll give you my opinion on that. People can say all they want that. Oh, I wouldn't want to survive that. I wouldn't want to live in a world after that. The will to live is so strong. It is so ingrained in our DNA. Okay, it's so I don't care what age you are. It is so strongly ingrained in our DNA that we will fight to the last breath to survive. So it's very easy to say, "Oh yeah, I would just want to give up." You won't though. I don't care if you're horrifically burned. You're still going to want to survive. That's just human nature. It's just human nature. So the people that say that, "Oh, I wouldn't want to live in a post-apocalyptic world," I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to fight to the last breath of me to survive, and that's just who I am, and I'm okay, and I'm willing to admit that. Now, I don't want to see people suffering or anything like that either, obviously, and but yeah, you just don't know. The Silo in Lawrence, Kansas was the movie the day after, about 125 miles from where you are. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a really good movie. That's a really, really good movie. And radiation sickness and being exposed and all those type of things, just not that's just like I said, it's a horrible, horrible thing. And again, nobody wins. So if an EMP occurs, no one will even know it happened. Not right away they wouldn't. They just, all of a sudden just everything would stop working. Everything would stop working. So, um, you know, yeah, most animals will fight to survive. And since we are also animals, we absolutely will as well. So that's just, like I said, that's just a fundamental thing woven into our DNA is to survive. Why do you think people fight so strongly when they're drowning? Right? Why don't they just give up? Right? Because that will to live is so strong that you are going to fight to the very last breath to try to survive. And that's just reality. That's what we do. But again, and even ADK man, and I would say I know you prep as well. Uh, you know, if you are in a situation where you are prepared, it just gives you that better chance to survive it. So yeah, EMPs would kill anybody with a pacemaker. Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Anybody with a pacemaker, you would be absolutely done. Okay, you guys are getting pushy with the whole. Come on, JJ and Janet, pushing out. Okay, I realize it's shout out time. All right. God, they're so bossy. Egg count, egg count, egg count. Shout out time, shout out time. Okay. God. No, I appreciate you guys reminding me because I get flappy. I know it's hard to believe that I will get talking and yeah, they got to keep me in line. They're keeping me in line. JJ and Janet and all my other moderators, they get to crack the whip. They're very mean to me. Very mean. All right, let's do some shout outs. We're gonna start out with Icky Can up in Canada. Awesome guy, been living off grid almost as long as I have, and he shows you. Yeah, we just used to the routine. I got your hope. No, I'm just teasing anyway. That's all I'm doing is I'm teasing. But he's a great guy. I would ask you to go and support him. You have Angry Prepper, who's Jason, another absolutely excellent dude, very squared away. Love Jason. So, definitely let's show him some love too. You have Alaska Prepper, who is Rudy, good guy as well up in Alaska, doing his thing up there. There is Alaska Granny. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, two different channels, same guy. Amazing to watch him build. He's up in Canada, doing his thing up there. You have Demcad. Love Demcad as well. I think he's a really good dude. There is Corporal's Corner. You have Bjorn Hansen, 80K Man up in the Adirondacks in the chat, right? There is Bizarriza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles, a really good story. and good guy as well. We have Marfugal News, Adam and Dax out on the West Coast in Seattle, doing their thing up there. Really good guys. I've been on Adam's show a couple times, and so really good people. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wrangle Star. That's Cody, another good guy. A lot of great information with him. Very, very smart man. Red Poppy Ranch, another good channel. Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra up in Minnesota doing their thing up there. Getting hit right now. Minnesota is getting hit with this storm. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband wife team, two different channels, but a lot of good information with their channels. You have Green Greg's, another really good channel. Love his information that he has, especially with the gardening and the worms and those type of things. Definitely check him out. Southern Prepper One with the Boots on the Ground series, really, sharing information that's going on, and I think that that's important. You have Gray Man Prepping. There's St. Bernard Acres with Joe. You have Doug and Stacy, another really good channel, a lot of good information on their channel. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama, nice young couple down there doing their thing in Panama. You have the Green Dream Project out in Arizona, another young couple out there showing you how to live in the desert, and they're doing really, really good with that. You have Camping with Steve, Steve Wallace. Love Steve, good guy, very down to earth. He does stealth camping, just fun to watch. A nice way to get away from the craziness that's going on. There is Bush Doctor Survival. You have Monkey Works, the Needy Homesteader. She's been around a long time. Good channel. Got a good information with her. You have Boss of the Swamp. He's been around a long, long time. Like his stuff as well. There's the Oppenheimer Ranch Project with Diamond. Diamond is an amazingly smart man. I highly recommend that you go check out his channel and subscribe to him. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper. You have Lumina Acres. There is Suspicious Observer. You have Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist. You have Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands of La Palma. There is Mary Greeley News giving you all the information on Yellowstone, what's going on there, and all that type of thing, the earthquakes and everything else. Let's see. There is Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. There's Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy to get your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall's a great guy, really gives back to the community, and so definitely check him out as well. Uh, Russell Brand. I love Russell Brand. He gives you the information. He lets you disseminate if you believe it or not. That that's the way information should be put out there. It should not be jaded to go a certain way. You have Deep South Homestead. There is the Outsider, the Fit Farmer. There is Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed. You have Townsend's. There is the Prepared Mind. You have Pinball Preparedness down in Tennessee, East Tennessee Preparedness. There is the Economic Ninja and Little House Off Griddy. They are also in Tennessee. A lot of good channels out there, a lot of good information. I think it is important that we look at different perspectives of how things are. Nobody looks at everything the same way. So I think it's important that we keep ourselves open minded to look and see what other people are doing. If you get information from one of these channels that help you, then that's great. Tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you over. Some of them have no idea who I am, and it don't matter. It's not about that. It's about trying to work together and helping each other out, and I think that that's important. Okay, so I'm sure there's other channels that you guys have put in the chat. I can't mention everybody. I just try to do the best that I can. All right, so just putting that out there ahead of time. But again, guys, I'm always going to continue to encourage you to prep, continue to encourage you to take care of what you can, control what you can. This shirt, I'm gonna just so you know too, guys. I caught this shirt on a nail, and so that's why it has this hole in there. These sleeves are gonna get cut off. I'm gonna turn it into a muscle shirt because I can't, you know, I can't. That's like not good. But I love this shirt. I will say that I absolutely love this shirt. So We have over 200K without power due to the storm here. Yeah, that's not, and it's going to get worse. Dawn, I know that they're saying with all the ice, some places are going to be getting a half inch of ice. And why do you got to go there? Jesus Christ, my King. Why do you got to go there? The chubby guy? You got to bring up that I'm chubby? Up here on the top, baby, that's all rock solid. Okay. There may be a little something in the solar oven. Okay. A little bit in the solar oven, but up on top, that's rock, baby. I know you're kidding, dude. I'm just busting your chops back. I don't care. People, believe me, a lot of people call me a whole lot worse than chubby. Okay, a whole lot worse, and that's okay. I got pretty thick skin at this point. I've been called it all. Uh, so yeah, I didn't take that as trollish at all. I did not take that as trollish. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, that's prep padding. Exactly, exactly. So, but oh, that's too funny. Yeah, in nursing, you get called all kinds of bad things. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'll tell you guys a funny story. Okay, a funny story. Worked on an Alzheimer dementia unit when I was in the South. Okay, and so there is a word that gets used down in that area. I was in North Carolina, and a lot of these older people, and this is back in the '90s when I was working there. So early '90s before I became a nurse, and they like to use the N word. Okay. And so taking care of people in this facility, and they're calling me the N word because it was a trigger word. They knew how to get people going and get people upset. Well, all I did is I just laughed hysterically. I laughed hysterically. I'm like, you know, I'm like, okay, but I just yeah, but that you get called everything under the sun when you are nursing. So, but yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, like I said, when you called me cracker, I go like that's a bad thing. Oh no, I'm so offended and I'm so triggered. I just call me whatever you want. I don't care. I've been, like I said, I've been called it all. I've been called it all. So if you think you can offend me by calling me names, please, you no. So, but yeah, I'm a graham cracker. I like graham crackers. Graham crackers are good. So, anyway, guys, we are Legion. We're getting off track again here. See what you do to me? Get me all off track. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. Where is everybody from tonight? Where's everybody from tonight? We have Franklin County, Ohio. We have Waterloo, New York. Inverness, Florida, with Clyde in the house. New Mexico. Leesburg, Florida, with Joan. Western New York. New Mexico. Let's see. BC, Canada, with Janet. East Central Illinois, Daytona Beach with Rhonda. Trevor in Southeast Missouri. Sissy in Rhode Island. We have Cohocton, Ohio, with Lulu. Trent, Florida. Beautiful Pennsylvania Wilds, Sandusky Bay, Ohio. Uh, we have Verone, BC, Canada, with Gypsy Mama. Freehawk in Pennsylvania. Ron Foster down in Alabama. Roll Tide, Ron. We have Nate is in the house as well. He didn't tell me where he's from, but he already did. We have Salem, Oregon in the house. St. Augustine, Florida. Central Indiana, the Missouri and the Ozarks. Erie, Pennsylvania. Western New York. Orlando, Florida with Tina. Nowhere, Oklahoma with Okie Forge. Still my favorite name. Fort Worth, Texas with Sonia. Upper Northwest Michigan, the UP. Fort Worth, Texas. Churchville, New York. We have Beverly Hills, Florida. We got Maryland is in the house. Montana with Vlad. Ulster Park, New York with Francine. Clayton from Arkansas. Winter Wonderland, Wisconsin. Very nice. Backwards Girl. Lenore, North Carolina with Philip. Tucson, Arizona with Angela. West Central Ohio with Dale. Black Duck, Minnesota, with Papa's in the house. Uh, we'll see. We got South Jersey, All Seeing Cats. Kyle from Nebraska. What is that? De Piper Farm, Antigua. Okay, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. St. Augustine, Florida, with Stealth Mode. Northwest Pennsylvania with Mountain Man. We have Colorado Springs with Andrew. Uh, Ciro, Texas with Dave. Ground Zero, Rochester, Minnesota with Bert. Trevor Cunningham, way down in central Missouri. Very nice. Southwest Georgia, Central Iowa with Robert. I like a chubby guy, Massachusetts. Oh my God, that's funny. Sherry Ann, thank you very much. Uh, I'm in Biden's bunker in the Ukraine. Good for you, Trevor. I'm glad you're safe there with our fearless leader. So, anyway, guys, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network of people. We are the ones that are awake. We are the ones that can truly make a difference. We can help people now and, try to wake people up. But the real work is going to be after an event when people are going to need to be educated on how to survive. Calabres, California, very nice. But it's a sexy dad bod. Well, I got that down, Don. I am rocking the dad bod. Okay, it has been a lot of hard work to get in this kind of shape. I will tell you, but I got it going on. I got it going on like Donkey Kong. Uh, let's put it like this: we're all going to get skinny after an event. After an event, we'll all be skinny. So, uh, no more fast food, no more sweets. That'll be tough, but we'll have to adjust. Please update on the well depth. Yeah, I will let you guys know. They're going to be back later tonight. I'll let you know how far they get tomorrow when I talk to them, and we'll figure all that out. But yeah, it's going to be, like I said, that's uh, they're doing good. I've earned that dad bod. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have. It's only sexy if you can sport a speedo and not scare anyone. Oh, I throw a speedo on. Some people are not gonna. It's not gonna do well. There may be a few heart attacks in the group. So if I throw a speedo on, you're gonna be frightened because what especially if I wait towards the end of summer because I will look like two different people. The upper half of me will be very brown, almost to the point of looking Puerto Rican. Okay, in the lower half would be pasty white, which would scare somebody. You'll get a terrible reflection. So that's what will happen. Yeah, the banana hammock. I may do that yet. I may surprise you guys one day. Okay, I may surprise you guys one day and do a video with a pair of work boots on. Maybe I'll be raking some leaves or not leaves, raking some gravel or shoveling gravel in a speedo. It could happen. I'll get all glistening, right? I'll get that sweat going, so I'll be all like shiny. Yeah, and it won't be baby oil. Okay. All right, guys, that is enough for tonight. So, with that image in your minds, um, remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Please use oil. I will see what I can do, Trevor. So just so you guys know too, when I'm way overtired tonight. When I get way overtired, I get kind of punchy, and that's what you guys have gotten tonight. I'm just more silly. That's so that's kind of where we're at. So anyway, um, thanks to my moderators again. Do a fantastic job. Appreciate them very much. I want to thank all you guys for being here. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy these chats, and we have a really good time with them. And I think it's a lot of fun. Also, remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. If we could ever come together and figure that one out, we truly will be in much, much better shape. We really got to stop letting them divide us. We really do. If we can stop that, we're going to be in better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So, remember, tell the people that you love every day how you feel. Last but not least, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. If you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. Keep prepping, keep getting ready. I have no idea how much time we have. I don't make those type of predictions, but with everything that is going on right now, it is scary. I will definitely say that, and I would very much encourage you all to up your prepping, get what you need to get. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. Prepper Nurse One out for now.